Hello, welcome to making a light box for cyanotype for under £25. Couple of caveats. One, after you've made it and it works, get it checked out by an electrician just to make certain. Two, if you're using a Chinese version of the LEDs, which you probably are, it gives out an output which will block DAB radios. It looks complicated, but it's really easy. Okay, list of parts. In no particular order, I've got, I think, roughly about 22 wires. Mine are red and blue. These are taken from the light cable. This is a vintage looking light cable, which is 3-core. You basically just strip it back, cut, take the ends off. I've soldered the ends, pre-soldered the ends. To do this, I've got them on the table. You just tape them the side of the table, take the solder along the edge. From the solder you will need a soldering iron and solder. This is a lead-free solder. Hope there's enough. This is a lead-free solder. Any solder will do, really. Now you will also need a knife. Doesn't have to be too sharp. The knife is basically for scoring the card, which is, this is already pre-marked. This card is mount card. It's about 1 millimetre thick, and I've marked it both sides for where to score. You need a pair of scissors. You will have to have some light strips. These are the most expensive part of the thing. These came in at £19 from Amazon. They are 395 to 500 nanometer UV. In the box you will get 2 of these discs with a strip of LED on. Yeah, you get your driver, some instructions and some tape. That's what the discs come in. That's how extremely complicated is that. Right, this is roughly A2, yeah, just to be certain. It is, this card is 59 centimeters long by 42 centimeters wide. You need to work out and mark up where you're going to put your strips. Now, you will find your strips when you open them. They will have printed on them, you can't see them on here but I'll show you close up later, printed on them a positive and negative at various intervals, and that's where you can cut your strips. So you can cut your strips at that length. You'll find your strips will need to be roughly, strips will be roughly 40 centimeters long, and that's ideal. When you've got your 40 centimeter strip put down, you will leave a 2.5 centimeter gap at the end. You'll fold it. You will end up folding along this line. Your gap is for your wires, because you're going to have to solder these together. Okay. What else do we need? I think that's about it. Glue, some form of tape, and then that's it. Okay, to start, you're going to need to mark up your card. Now the way I've marked up this card is I find the centre first, draw the centre lines on, and I know exactly where I'm starting. Each edge on this card for my box, I'm taking 7 centimetres from the edge to the first line. These lines are going to be scored to fold. Let's mark them on so you can see. With a really bad shot. Yeah. This is the outside of the box. A little bit more on the inside. So, mark the outside. We are going to score along these lines so that it will fold in over. On the inside of the box, doesn't matter what side you use for what. I've found it doesn't matter what colour. I've got a black one, I've got a red one, I've got a blue one, this is a white one. It still takes me 13 minutes to expose. Now, on the inside of the box, I've got the same 4 internal lines, same 4 lines, 7 centimetres from the inside. This helps me guide for where I need to mark the rest of the stuff. From the centre line, I have a centre line marked here. Now, when I did the maths, it worked out that each strip needs to be, or will fit, 2.5 centimetres from the other strip, centred on 2.5 centimetres like that. Yeah. I have a 2.5 centimetre edge. For where the wires will go. Okay. Now, okay, you may notice that it's different. I have a completed box and the uncompleted prototype. What happened was, in the process of making the video, I got to the point where we were going to apply the light strips and the camera battery failed. I didn't know that, so when I came to review it, oh dear, I think were my words. Never mind, right, so where are we? We're all marked up. We are ready to fold, get the folds scored. Now, okay, we're going to apply this to here, and to do that you have a start point, which is where your lead is. You're going to apply it there. So you'll not be able to see it, but there are 4 soldered dots on either side of the line. All you do is you just cut like that. Yeah. They have a positive and a negative on, and when you put your first one on, this one is negative that side, positive this side, and that's the way you want them all to be. Every time you apply a strip, it has to be exactly the same. Okay, so there's another one. So we'll put this one stuck down. So it's the same as this one. Right. It is a pain to try and unpeel this sometimes because you don't want to take the backing off the sticky bits. which is wanting to do all the time on here. There are two layers. There's the plastic layer which covers it, and then there's a double-sided tape under that, and if you're not careful you'll take the double-sided tape off as well as the plastic protecting strip, which means it doesn't stick very well. And this one is just being a little bit of a pain. And you see it's taking the strip off, taking it off, to take it off, but there you go. Bin. I can stick it down later on properly. So, first strip goes on. Yeah. And it's going to be like, you want to make it like a river for electricity. Okay, the electricity is going to flow in this way, round this corner and flow that way, and all the way along. And when you come to solder your bits and pieces on, which we will do, make sure it's the right way. See? Now, I'm going to do that all the way along here, and you'll find your last one will have nothing connected to this end. That's the end of the route. Now I'm going to switch the camera off for a minute, and I'm going to continue to put all the cabling, all the strips on. It's just very boring for you to watch. We're back. Got all them down, stuck down. Now I'm going to solder. They're all got negative, positive, negative, positive. And when we solder the negative to the negative and the positive to the positive. Okay? It'll be every other one, because there's no way I can do that one to that one. So it's basically just, it'll be like, the wires will be like that. Alright? And it'll be both ends. Okay? That's all it's going to be. So it's another boring 20 minutes really, I suppose. You don't have to have colour coded wires. I have, just because of the way it's, because of the stuff I used. It does help. There's already solder on these, but you may need a little bit more solder on. These wires have got solder on. It's basically just a case of, and it's done. Bend the wire. I can't do it left-handed, sorry, it would make it much easier for you to see. Positive. It's positive. And voila. And that's all there is to it. So do all of these down here, and then on the other side exactly the same. So I'm going to do that now. Back in a few minutes. And done. Literally positive to positive, negative to negative. Try not to get this two bits of solder, try not to get anything touching the two in between, otherwise it'll short out. And hopefully, with test, it should do that. Complete. Actually I was working this out, you know. I've made 2 of these for less than £25, which isn't bad. Now, just to make it into the box, bit of tape, any tape. Literally, the end. Just glue in the corners. I will be getting this tested by an electrician, just to make certain I'm not going to blow anybody or anything up, because I will be using this as part of tutorials for people doing cyanotype. It's very portable. They're very portable, they're very efficient. I mean, yes, it takes 13 minutes to expose a cyanotype, but there again you can get the big massive machines, it still takes 7 minutes to expose. I will be covering this with tape just to make it a bit tidier. Yeah. And there you go. Now I know it works. I know that it exposes because the one I made yesterday worked and exposed. I'll put that at the end of the video. I apologise for the rough nature of this video. When you're doing something like this, prep beforehand, have everything ready so you're not looking for stuff. Have your cables, have your LEDs cut to length, the measurements worked out, the wires cut to length, there you go, voila, the wires cut to length, put it on the that's done. I'm just going to close them up a little bit more. Have your wires cut to length so you're not cutting and stripping cable while trying to solder. Prime the wires with a little bit of solder always helps, and take your time. It's worth it. I mean, what, tenner? What maybe it cost? 10, 11 pounds? Oh yeah. Not bad, is it? Right. Thank you for watching the video. There will be more. Ta-ra.